Well, we're on Awakena Station. It's 8,000 hectares in North Otago, classified as hill to high country. We carry about 16,000 stock units. Of that, there's about 1,100 hinds. We lamb about 6,000 ewes, and we calve about just under 500 cows. When we initially looked at developing it, because of the shape of the area, we couldn't put centre pivots in or linears or anything like that. So we actually got a quote on this Irripod. Because it puts on a lot more water, it has less lines as well. So the shifting time is quite considerably shorter. So that was a real positive for us, and for the fact that it could put on so much water in such a small amount of time. When we first looked at irrigating this area, we talked to a few specialists. We had the Irripod boys come down and talk to us. We were dubious at the fact that they could do what they said they could do. The fact that it came in quite a bit cheaper than all the competitors was a wee bit of a concern to us, although it was a good concern. And we were concerned about the weight of pulling the pods and what that would do to our vehicles. But after having spoken to these guys and speaking to some of the farmers that already had it in, we were confident that it was going to work. As you can see behind me, the results really speak for themselves. It was dry land, undeveloped, covered in rocks, basically in about 2 paddocks, and over the summer or early spring we developed it all and put the system in. The old system was a 15mm sprinkler, and the Irripod system we've got here is a 20mm sprinkler, and you can physically see the difference in the amount of water they're putting on. Our system is unique in the fact that we have no pumps. It's all gravity fed from a stream that's a wee bit higher than us, which obviously is a huge advantage. So our system behind me is putting on 6 mils a day. In the past we've had another system, and it was possibly only putting on 3 to 4 mils a day. The returns were out as far as 14 to 16 days. We've cut the returns back here to 10 days, and that's made a huge difference. I would say that we're growing nearly a third more grass just by putting that extra water on. We've just noticed a big difference. Because we had such a tight spring this year, it's so cold, we've been behind the 8 ball all the way, and then it got very, very dry. We targeted the beginning of December to turn the water on, and we hit that target. And our target was to have our grass in by December, because we needed to wean on it in January with our lambs coming in, and we knew that we didn't have enough room for our lambs. In hindsight, the payback's been tremendous, because of the fact that, as everyone knows, the schedule took a dive, the drought took a dive, nobody wanted to buy store lambs, so we were able to finish all our lambs, and this year we're currently sitting on about $50 per head, whereas and we've finished just over 6,500 lambs, whereas if we'd had to sell store, I think we would be lucky to reach $30. So that's made a huge difference to us. As well as we normally sell 100 calves and keep 300. This year we've been able to keep all our calves, and once again the calf market, because of the drought and just nobody's got any grass, there's just no market for them. So you know, the results speak for themselves, really. So with the Irripod system, when we put the system in, Phil suggested to us actually we should put a white one on the end, so we've got black and a white one on the end, and it just makes it that much quicker when you don't have to see when you're going from one line to another. You know exactly where you're going, you know exactly what direction you've got to go in. We're irrigating about 550 acres. It takes us about just over 5 hours to shift it. If we didn't have the balls or the towing system, I would say that you could easily put another 2 hours on top of that, easily.